Well, hi. Welcome back to Glitter 50. So today's declutter is going to be my bronzers, which I don't have a lot of, and my blushes, which I have quite a few of. But this right here is what I consider my bronzers. So we're going to go through them really quick. This is a sample that I got of the Hoola Benefit bronzer. And I do like it. I have had it for years. I have not been using it lately, but I am going to go ahead and keep this one. This is my Sigma, which I absolutely love. And I've been using this the most here recently. So obviously I'm going to keep that. This right here is from Believe Beauty. And it is, what is it called? Tahitian Sun bronzer, and I do like this, but I've had this one for years. Um, and it still feels really good. That's what it looks like on. It actually is a little bit too deep for me, so I am going to go ahead and get rid of it. Like when you blend it out, it looks very pretty, but it's just too deep for me. So this is the Kathleen Lights and ColourPop Lunar Has It blush. Um, but this is the color of it. So I would use this as a bronzer. That's why it's in my bronzer category. But I am going to go ahead and get rid of it. I love Kathleen Lights, and that's why I was keeping it. But I just don't think that it's something that I need in my collection right now. This is the Juvia's Place bronzer and medium, and it actually has two of them in there. And I do love this product, so I am going to go ahead and keep this. This is from Sol de Janeiro. Sol de Janeiro. No, this is from Sol, which is a sister brand to ColourPop. And this is called it's just called Light. This is a cream bronzer. It still feels good. See, that's what that looks like. And I think it still feels good. I've had it for years, and I think it still feels good because I do keep the cover on it. I don't use this a whole lot, but I am getting into cream blushes. So maybe I'll keep this just for trying out a little bit more. This is the only cream bronzer that I have. So I'm keeping 4 and getting rid of 2. I only had 6 total. So I think that's a pretty good deal. Hold on. Okay, so I keep my bronzers and my cream blushes in the same, pardon me, in the same place. So I'm going to start with these 3, only because these 3 are brand new. And I had to write the names on the back of these just because they didn't come with the names on the back, which irritates me, but it is what it is. These are from Cosmic Beauty. This is Got Chills, which I really, really like. So I'm keeping that. This is Heroin, which it's going to seem like an extreme color. But honestly, when it goes on, it shears out and it looks beautiful. So I am keeping this one. I'm keeping all of these 3. And this is called Dazed, which is kind of a terracotta-y color. So I am keeping all 3 of those. And I'm going to keep the ColourPop. This is in Second Date. This is such a pretty color. I'm just now starting to get into cream blushes, so yeah. This one I got in a ice cream beauty box, and it looks so bright pink. But when you shear it out, it looks so pretty. So I am going to keep it also. These 4 from e.l.f. Cosmetics, I have had forever. I've had them for many years. And I just think that they are dried out. And the writing is way too small. I couldn't even try to tell you what the names of them all are. The one that I would like to keep is this one, the berry one, but they're all kind of the same age. And so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all 4 of those. This one is a beautiful, this is from Durol. This is a glow blush, and it is in the shade 2 Juicy is what it's called. And it's just a bright orange color. But it doesn't go on that bright. Here, I'll show you what I mean. So if you don't do anything to it, you just leave it like that. But if you shear it out, it just gives your skin such a nice little glow to it. And then you put a little bit of powder blush over the top, and it just stays all day. It's beautiful. I have 2 from Melt Cosmetics. Daydreamer, which is this one, and it's kind of a sparkly blush. And I think one of these, I think this one actually, I had in a declutter years ago actually, and I found them. Again, that's really deep, but if you shear it out, it looks beautiful on the skin. I put too much product. You just need such a little amount of these. And then this one, this is called Honey Thief, which again is, we'll do this one. Beautiful. And again, you just have to use the smallest amount. If you hear Grogu, yeah, he's rambunctious this morning again. But they're just so pretty. So those are all my bronzers and cream. So I'm keeping 8 and I'm getting rid of 4. Okay, so these are my powdery blushes. I have my pinkish colors back here, and then my peachy colors up here. This is the first one I'm going to keep for sure. This is from Palace Identity, which I believe is a Florasis, because this is the packaging that they use. But just look at that color in there. I absolutely love this, and it's so pretty. The packaging is so pretty. I keep it in its little protective little bag so that it doesn't, I mean, that's what it came in. So I'm keeping that one. These 2 from Milani, they're actually really pretty. However, they are super bright. They still feel it really good. This is a baked blush. This is Sunrise Sahara. And it's super pretty. And then this one is called Coralina. This one doesn't feel as smooth as the first one. It's more pinky peach, and this is more orangey golden peach. They're beautiful, but there's others that I reach for more, and so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those two. This is also from Milani, and this is called Spice Rose. To me, it looks more orangey than it does rose looking, but it did have a very pretty rose print in it. I've just used it a lot. It's one of my favorite. See, it has like an orangey red tint to it, so I am going to keep this one. I'm going to put that over there. These two came out with the same Odin's Eye highlighters that I have. This one is called Warm Sun. I know I didn't do this with all the blushes, and it's just a light covering. So this is something that I would use with one of the cream blushes, just to make sure that it stayed all day. I would lightly dust that over the top. It's very pale. It is very, very pale. But it's Odin's Eye, and I just can't seem to bring myself to get rid of them. This one is Peach Gleam. And if you can't, you probably can't see it, but it does have a little bit of gold reflex in it. And it's kind of an ombre effect. That is such a pretty color. So I am keeping that one. This is from Shop Miss A. This is in the shade Ravish. And it is a radiant blush. So this was not very expensive at all. It was less than $2. But it's still a beautiful, beautiful blush. But I am going to go ahead and get rid of her. This is, pardon me, from ColourPop, and I got this a long time ago in a ColourPop mystery box. And this is in Sugar Frosted. There's a highlighter and 3 blushes. And I used to use this a lot before I had the rest of my collection, because you can see how it's been used. But I really don't use this anymore. I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. This is my Super Shock shadow, or my Super Shock blush in Georgette. And you can see it's kind of a cream, but it stays on like a powder. So I keep it with all of my other Super Shock blushes. But you can see I've hit pan in this one. Obviously one of my favorites. I've had it for a while. I've had it for a couple of years, but she's not going anywhere. You can't really see her really well. Let's see if I can get, I don't want to completely ruin her, because like I said, she's one of my favorites. There she goes. Such a pretty color. Like you can see, I like these colors. I got these two in the Tinkerbell collection. This is called Magic Moon. And this is a shimmery blush. And it's very similar. Well, let's see. In swiping. See, you can tell the difference between Georgette and Magic Moon. They're beautiful. They're just absolutely beautiful. I love the Super Shock formula in everything. I have the eyeshadows that I'll be going through. Not sure I'm going to get rid of any of those, but I will try. This is in the shade Darling, which is, again, is a shimmery blush. And it's darker, but it's more of a, these are more creamy, but they're powdery also. And I like to keep all of these together. And okay, so here's my dilemma with these three. I love this one. I've had this one for like 7 years, and it has a pretty good dent in this one. I'm going to have to switch to the other hand. 1, 2, 3. So here is Seduction. Still feels really good. This is Elsa, Isa maybe. And then this one is Toasted. So it's kind of peachy, and then it goes to pink. So this is I guess like a face palette, but it's all blushes. This came out, does it even say? It doesn't say what year it came out, but it's been a super long time. They've come out with these blushes in like a brown, but I love this. So I am going to keep this one. This is my only blush from Unearthly. No, I think I have more, but they're in my loose stuff. And I keep it in this because I don't have anything else to put it in really. This is in Burst, but I don't really gravitate towards this one. I don't know. Should have done it on the other side. Oh, but it is pretty. All right, so I guess I'm keeping that one too. This is one of the only Natasha Denona things that I own. And it still feels good. I've had it for a couple of years now. Oops. There's that one. You can't really see the swatches that I did. Let's try the other hand. Do this one. And this one. This is multiple years old too. And the writing is super, super small. So I can't really tell you what the... You know, just because it's Natasha Denona, I want to keep it. But those powders, I don't reach for this. So I am going to go ahead and get rid of that one. All right, hold please. Okay, last little pile. This is my only product from NARS, I believe. And NARS has this thing about names. I almost don't want to say it, but this one is called Deep Throat. It is a beautiful color. Absolutely beautiful. And I love this blush. It is super, super light. Swatching it doesn't do it any justice because you have to like really build it up. Like you can't even see that on my hand. But it does have, you can barely see that. I love this blush. And like I said, it's the only thing that I have from NARS. And I'm weird because the name. But I am going to go ahead and keep this one. This is my my Jaclyn Cosmetics, and I used up the bronzer completely, and I hit pan on the blush. Um, but I don't necessarily like the blush. So I am going to go ahead and finally declutter her. These are my Super Shocks. This I got from the Snow White collection, and this is called Just Rosy. And y'all know how I feel about the Super Shocks. Isn't that a beautiful color? So I am keeping her. And then this I got in a mystery box. This is called Cheerio. And it looks very, very similar. This is actually more raspberry, or this one's more raspberry and this one's more red. So again, I am going to keep her. These are the only pinky Super Shock blushes that I own. And of course, this is probably going to be a really similar color too. My little French bulldog is trying to get my attention. He wants to go play. Oh, I know. He wants to go play. But I am going to keep all of those. These are all my other ColourPop blushes. This is just my Pluck, which I believe I got this in a mystery box also. However, it's the only like purpley blush that I have. And honestly, I put this one over the top of that Heroine, and I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that one. This one is definitely staying in my collection. This is Playoffs from the High School Musical and ColourPop. Let's try this. And it is a red blush, but I love this one. I'm going to go ahead and wipe my fingers off now. I'm going to get into this one because I'm not going to swatch this one. This one is from BH Cosmetics. Their chocolate cherry truffle, and these colors are beautiful. They're great. However, the pans are really, really small, and I have so many others in my collection. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one because I feel like somebody else could get better use out of it than me. Alrighty, our last three. This is from the Sailor Moon and ColourPop collection. And I do believe I ordered this one on my own. I think that is so, so cute. This one is called From the Moon. And it is a bubblegum pink blush. But it is so pretty. So I am going to keep her. This is, I love Esmeralda. I love the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I love that movie. This is from the Disney Designer Collection. This is called The Court of Miracles. And you can see I've hit pan in this one. But I just love the color of this blush. It's so pretty. It just goes on so pretty. So I am going to keep that one. And then this one is from the movie Tangled. This is called Floating Lights, and it's from the Disney and Designer collection. Sorry. Phew, sorry. Obviously I like this one because I've hit pan in this one too, and it's a significant pan. But I love that color. So I'm getting rid of 2 and keeping 1. And keeping 9. So that's my bronzer and blushes collection. I'm going to see if I can put all of these together. Hold, please. Well, look at that. I can fit them all in one drawer. I do have to like lift them up and, take them all out. However, I can fit them all in one drawer, whereas before I had to have them in separate drawers because, one, I liked separating them into different color categories, but I just had too many to fit in one drawer. So now that they fit in one drawer, I'm really happy about that. So thank you very much. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, who's better than you? Nobody. Have a great day.